Hi, everyone, and welcome to our OpenText Expert Session. Our presenters today are Cassandra Tilson, Senior Product Marketing Manager at OpenText, and Peter Gunzenhauser, Principal Product Manager at OpenText. Today, we're going to discuss powering your sales teams with SaaS, streamlining business processes with cloud, content management, and Salesforce integration. We invite you to add your questions into the chat, and we'll answer questions afterwards, after the webinar has concluded, and we'll reply offline. I'll now pass to Cassandra to begin.
Thank you very much, Melissa. So we all inhabit an incredibly complex content landscape. Content is absolutely everywhere now, and in most cases, it powers virtually everything a business or an organization does. And as you can see in the visual, the organization is at the center, and information, everything from agreements, contracts, HR documents, invoices, flows from physical places like warehouses, plants, offices, including remote offices, through partners, suppliers, customers, and also through third parties. It's also often, of course, flowing through third-party applications like SAP, Google Workspace, and Workday, as organizations collaborate on information and work together. And the volume of information, of course, is ever increasing. We're adding new endpoints, new destinations. So to say that it's complex is really putting it lightly. Today, we're going to address specifically how this incredibly complex landscape and huge volume of content specifically affects sales teams. So let's take a look at some of these specific challenges that sales teams face when it comes to this complex information landscape. The first is lacking a 360-degree view of customer information. Most of us now have access to information anywhere on any device, and yet despite this constant access to information, many sales teams are still struggling. So let's take a look at how this increasing volume of information actually creates more challenges for sales teams. Here are the top three. First and foremost, they don't have a complete end-to-end 360-degree view of customer information. A 360-degree view of information is one that brings together information from all sources that could impact the customer experience. And that needs to include CRM data, but also related content. That content can take many different forms. It could be contracts, customer correspondence, and more. And a true 360-degree view is going to consolidate all of that customer information and also surface deeper customer insights. It's going to ensure that sales reps can access all customer touch points and have access to the valuable knowledge that they need to be able to identify opportunities more easily. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Looking at the consequences of not having a consolidated view of customer information, without that, it can really affect the customer relationship. Sellers are effectively not in the know when they're interacting with customers. That means they're not up to speed on the customer's history, their preferences, or their most recent interactions with the business. It means that critical details that can make or break their next sales experience are getting lost in translation. Existing customers, as we know, can be a vital source of new sales and new revenue opportunities, but sales teams need to have access to that complete and accurate customer profile to be able to spot those opportunities. Outdated, inconsistent, or conflicting information can lead to interactions that can erode customer trust and even lead to lost customers in the longer term. We know from Foundry that 58% of organizations have actually lost business opportunities due to lack of timely access to customer data. So without that full 360-degree view of documents and data, think about what potential opportunities your sellers could be missing. On the flip side, we'll talk today about how delivering that 360-degree view can not only improve the sales process, but also empower sellers to seize more opportunities based on intelligent insights. Next up, let's talk about documents and data that are disconnected from business processes. We know the documents and data are often siloed. It makes it very hard for sales teams to find the information that they need at the right time. It leads to a second critical challenge that sellers often face. A lot of their time is spent on non-selling tasks, things like manually entering customer information. We know that recent Salesforce data shows that sales reps spend only 28% of their week on average actually selling. And we also know that they're tired of wasting valuable time on repetitive and manual tasks that actually could be automated or done faster if they had better tools. So it's not surprising to hear from Foundry that 41% want to reduce repetitive tasks and 54% want to get things done faster. When it comes to sales, any process that pulls them away from interacting with customers and nurturing those relationships will ultimately negatively impact their ability to see results and meet their numbers. So sales teams need content managed in a way that's going to keep them in the flow and focused on the most critical tasks that will lead to closing deals. And the third challenge that customers face is really two challenges in one. First up, there's the ever increasing content sprawl, the increasing volume of content that we talked about off the top. We know that volume of content is ever increasing and never ending. And just as we've seen, it's typically not well organized, it's often siloed, and it's split apart from business processes as well. And so as organizations are struggling to keep up with organizing, managing, and also extracting value from their structured and unstructured information, they're also facing greater security risks and governance challenges in terms of their ability to meet regulatory requirements around protecting that customer information. So just as information volumes are growing and organizations are facing these challenges, customer expectations are increasing at the same time. Customers want sellers to be good to go. They want them to have the information at their fingertips about that customer's background, history, preferences, etc. And they really expect businesses to manage the information effectively and securely so that they don't have to repeat themselves. But we know most organizations don't face that reality. Instead, they face siloed information, which is the number one source of delayed, missed deadlines, and also missed sales opportunities. So how can organizations ensure that their sellers are in the know, good to go, and staying in the sales flow? So I'm excited to talk you through a solution today to show you why a SaaS content management is really the ideal solution to be able to address all three of these challenges. So let me introduce you to OpenText Core Content Management. It is a SaaS content management solution that delivers simple, agile, and secure cloud-based content management. And what sets OpenText content services applications apart is their capacity to integrate with leading business applications, things like Salesforce, to bring content directly into business and into collaboration processes as well. So OpenText Core Content Management brings the proven OpenText model of deeply embedding content into processes into the SaaS environment. It's going to make content available when and where people work, so deliver that anytime, anywhere access that we all expect, but offer the benefits of a SaaS application at the same time. Things like rapid provisioning, quick deployment, simple maintenance, and updates that don't require IT involvement. As a SaaS solution as well, Core Content Management and Salesforce, another SaaS solution, are a match made in heaven. Core Content Management is more than just a SaaS solution. It is, in fact, a SaaS content services platform. It allows you to create, customize, and manage workflows to simplify search, viewing, and finding content, to enable external sharing, reporting, and managed authentication. I did mention as well that it offers several business critical integrations, and so you can see those along the left-hand side of the screen. It integrates out of the box with SAP, Microsoft, Google Workspace, and of course, Salesforce, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Financial Services Cloud as well. These are built in, they're native capabilities. Core Content Management also offers solutions for specific line of business and industry requirements, and you can see those listed along the right-hand side of the screen. Things like SAP archiving, an HR solution, engineering, content management as well. You may have heard us, you may hear us today refer to Core Content as Gen AI powered SaaS content management. And that is because of the integration between Core Content Management and OpenText Content Aviator, which delivers a Gen AI intelligent assistant. Last, but certainly not least, the capabilities of Core Content Management that you see represented here can be further extended with the use of APIs. So let's now take a look at some of the key benefits and some of the reasons why we see more and more organizations making the switch to SaaS when it comes to content management. A Foundry survey found that cost efficiency, ease of management and maintenance were some of the top benefits, and ease of integration as well. Some of the top reasons why IT leaders are often turning to SaaS. And this connects up with some of the top benefits of core content management as well. First off, all the benefits that come with a SaaS application, and I've touched on some of these already. Low TCO, quick time to value, automatic updates, and the ability to satisfy internal needs within the business with minimal rollout support required. So getting you up and running quickly while meeting sometimes complex needs for content management. The ability to accelerate business processes. So ease of integration allows users to enrich business processes with critical content insights and brings greater efficiencies to the business as well. Enhanced control and governance. We talked about the critical importance of information governance in many contexts, and certainly when it comes to managing customers' information as well. Automated comprehensive lifecycle management for corporate records and information, for customer information, customer documentation. Removing the complexity and the labor requirements that are typically associated with managing that critical information, and using a single centralized governance and compliance hub that's transparent to end users and agile enough to continue adapting to changing regulations. And circling back to the topic of integration, even content from other apps, things like Salesforce, Microsoft, Google Workspace, and SAP can be managed and governed within OpenText Core Content Management through business workspaces. And when Peter demos for us in just a bit, he'll be able to illustrate that for us. Also, the ability to free up IT resources by empowering the business to configure the application. This connects back to the ease of management and maintenance that comes with a SaaS app. But core content management was also designed to be simple enough for business admins to be able to configure to meet their needs, again, without needing to involve IT. And last but certainly not least, one of the top advantages that core content management offers is the ability to maximize employee productivity, to increase efficiencies and to boost productivity by aligning teams, content, and business processes. This is through business workspaces as well. These are spaces that allow teams to access content centered around a common task or a common goal. So let's take a look at the advantages delivered by core content management when integrated with Salesforce. Circling back to sales teams and some of the challenges that they're facing, we know that most sales teams are using an average of 10 tools to close deals. And the majority of customers, therefore, are facing disconnected experiences across departments, where one department doesn't have access to the same information that the other may. OpenText Core Content Management integrated with Salesforce provides an information advantage for sales teams. It's going to enable businesses to arm their sales teams with the right information at the right time and make the business stand out from the competition. It's going to deliver a 360-degree view of customer data and documents, a consolidated view of CRM data plus critical documentation, things like contracts, customer correspondence, etc., and ensure complete and accurate customer profiles to be able to maintain strong customer relationships. It's going to help teams to stay in the sales flow, minimize the time they spend on non-selling tasks, and use AI automation through Content Aviator to make it easier for them to find and summarize information through a chat-based interface. It's going to enable them to uncover insights faster, to access data reliably and securely from any device or location, and to surface that many more insights with an intelligent Gen AI assistant. As Content Aviator can also analyze customer data to help sales teams decide where to focus and where the opportunities lie. It will keep information secure and compliant, handle customer data according to privacy laws, and ensure robust information governance through role-based permissions. And last but certainly not least, it will connect people, processes, and documents. OpenText Core Content Management integrated with Salesforce can be part of a complete end-to-end solution that can enable sales teams to capture, manage, and deliver customer information. To connect Salesforce data and documents together throughout the entire customer lifecycle, and also bring together people, processes, and information within the business that will deliver an information advantage for sales teams and service teams as well to delight customers with connected experiences. So to capture information intelligently, there's a separate application, Core Capture for Salesforce, that can actually support the effort to minimize manual tasks as well, with AI-assisted machine learning to automatically and intelligently ingest incoming documents and data and extract critical information from those documents to automatically populate Salesforce fields. So that directly eliminates manual data entry. And we'll also extract information to fuel CRM systems and processes. So to make the CRM itself that much more intelligent as well. And to capture, classify, and route documents. You can also manage information directly in the context of business processes. Documents surfaced through business workspaces, intelligent folder structures. And within each business workspace, you can attach all the documents to Salesforce objects. So things like customer case files, opportunity files as well, that will simplify operations and improve productivity, as well as providing employees with all the key documents and data together in a single view when and where they need it. Last but not least, a complete solution can deliver engaging communications to extend beyond content management to create personalized customer communications across channels to be able to nurture customer relationships at every step of the journey. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Peter to be able to demo and walk us through OpenText Core Content Management and the integration with Salesforce.
Fantastic. Thank you, Cassandra. That was a wonderful introduction into core content management. And I'll now take this further. And I'd like to show here the integration into Salesforce, core content into Salesforce. So here we are in a standard Salesforce screen as the home screen. And we're navigating now to an account that we work today with, as an account executive, for example. And here we see pretty much the Salesforce account view, and core content is integrated here into this user interface via the Documents tab, and where we're now projecting the core content business workspace into this UI. So in other words, we're bringing basically all the capabilities that Cassandra was just talking about before into the UI from Salesforce. So Salesforce user does not have to basically go anywhere else. They can do pretty much any task right inside Salesforce through this wonderful UI that we see here. So what you see here is what we call a business workspace, and this is very central to anything OpenText does with core content and other products. And it provides that the business workspace essentially provides a folder structure to organize content documents that pertain to a certain object within Salesforce or any other leading application. And out of the box, pretty much any standard Salesforce object can be workspace enabled with just a few clicks and configurations in order to bring this business workspace into Salesforce, and then automatically start creating business workspaces whenever a new object is created in Salesforce. So that's something we're going to see a little bit later. But as of right now, just want to show you around here in the business workspace. So this is what I already mentioned, the business workspace. It has a predefined folder structure, which can be configured based on the respective Salesforce object. And if I navigate here, an example, into a folder, I see all my documents neatly organized. I can see what these documents are. I see their Word documents. I see their emails, PDF documents. I also get here some visual cues about what these documents, if there are special rules that apply to these documents. For example, there is a rule that applies automatically to this particular document, the retention policy. It probably was classified as such to apply under that particular rule. And for Salesforce customer, that is actually one of the very most important things, actually, that these documents are managed in a way that they are basically properly retained, that they are also controlled, that they can basically be applied with a records retention policy in order then to control how this document passes through its entire life cycle. Okay, so there's also other features that are available on the business workspace that I can use there automatically. There's no configuration whatsoever involved. I can filter by various document types. An example, if I just want to see all my Word documents that exist in this particular folder, I can just simply filter by that. And there are other filters, standard filters available, an example by users or by date, when the last object change date, so when the document was changed last. So let's clear this filter and close it here out. Also, to display an example, a document, I can just simply click on it, and this is now the standard viewer that comes with core content, so our intelligent viewer. It has the capability to display pretty much any file format, whatever you can imagine, uploading in a business workspace. This intelligent viewer for sure can display this document. And here in this particular case, we are just displaying a Word document to get a sense of what this document is all about. You can scroll up and down. We also have a thumbnail view, but this is just to get a quick sense of what this document might contain. So, with this said, I just noticed there may be an edit necessary to this non-disclosure document. I can access actually Office online directly here through this context menu, and I can edit this document now online in the Word online editor and make any changes to it in order to update this document. And also this can be co-authored. Because it's person locks out all the other people that will probably need to access this document and make an edit. So I just go in here, and I'm going to update here this line with the text that I just previously copied to update the address Astra Corp to make sure that it matches the correct address. And this is pretty much it. I don't need to save anything here in the document. It automatically saves it back to core content. And if we now go and take a look at this document here, this non-disclosure by the document properties, I can see here all these various properties that apply to this particular document. We have also then version information, and here we see the version information, the latest version 4 is just what I just did a second ago, updating this particular document. So what that brings to us is really we can go back in the version history to see how this document has evolved over time. So if I need to go back, I can do that here easily. Also, what we see here, the history, it's very clearly logged, basically, who's doing what. So it's an audit log, very important for a lot of our Salesforce customers to know who accessed the document, who edited the document, and whatsoever. So this can be done here via the history view of this particular info view, and then also records management. I can see here if there are any specific records policies that would apply to the document. That's something that would be automated, not something a user would have to necessarily worry about. It's basically happen behind the scenes based on metadata, based on other information that is available on the business workspace to classify a document for a particular retention policies or multiple retention policies. So with that, we can go back out here, out of the business workspace to the higher level. So we can navigate here nicely across the business workspace. Also, what we have here is in the business workspace, we are showing how this workspace relates to other related business workspaces. So in other words, this account workspace we're looking at relates to a workspace for an opportunity. Well, let's demonstrate how we're actually creating a new business workspace. So I'm going back here, Salesforce, to the related tab, and I'm just creating here a new case for something that I received an email from a customer, or actually I can just enter here a new tab. That's all okay. Start this new case origin, so we can disclose it's an email, create from an email, priority medium, type none, case reason. So we can say here, question, case reason, instructions not clear. And here in the subject line, we just copy paste and text and save. So what now happens in the background, Salesforce creates this case object. And then simultaneously at the same time, the business workspace is created in the background. So now go to cases. And here we have our case that was just created here for us. And there we go, connectivity, calibration issue with microcontroller. I now can switch on to the Documents tab here. And now Salesforce retrieves the business workspace that was just created a second ago in Core Content, which now provides us again with a folder structure for us to start collecting example case relevant documents. So let's take a document that I've uploaded here from the desktop. I just drag and drop this here into this UI and let it go. And it's now uploading directly into the business workspace. So it's not going by ways of Salesforce into the business workspace. No, it goes directly into the business workspace. Speaking of which, Salesforce native attachments, you may know those attachments reside in Salesforce. So we also, with the integration that we have here with Core Content, we can handle these attachments and synchronize them actually from Salesforce into a corresponding folder then in the business workspace. So here we go. This document has been uploaded, and again, I can just simply click on it, and the intelligent viewer opens and displays me this particular document that I just uploaded here. Okay, so with that, let's go back out here to related. I can go back to my account, AstraCorp. Now there's also a outside of Salesforce, so not every user is basically a Salesforce user. There is also outside of Salesforce directly in Core Content. So the same information is obviously available in Core Content and can be used to navigate. So I have here the same business workspace for AstraCorp open, and I'm displaying, just refreshing here this viewer really quick. So let's load the business workspace for AstraCorp, and this similar look and feel. So basically a person working Salesforce or natively here through Core Content Management, it makes no difference. The UI is always the same, so it doesn't require then different training and materials for the various user groups. It's basically one and the same look and feel for all of them. But what I wanted to demonstrate here is really the relationship. So we just created here this business workspace for this opportunity. So I can navigate now along the Salesforce relationships across various business workspaces, however they are related to a Salesforce object. So in other words, users that are working solely in Core Content, they can basically follow and navigate along the same navigation tracks like a Salesforce user does, an example from account to opportunity to case and whatsoever. So it's all under the related workspace account tab. Okay, so with that, I'm going back to Salesforce here, and I think that was a neat intro showing the integration of Core Content Management into Salesforce, and I would like to hand it back to Cassandra.
Thank you very much, Peter, for that overview. That was excellent. So now I'd like to share with you the example of one customer story, Transnational Rail Network, who selected Core Content Management integrated with Salesforce. And they were looking for a content platform that transparently would integrate with their Salesforce CRM to be able to bridge silos in terms of their contracting process. To bring together customer data and documents into a single view for their sales team. They chose OpenText Core Content Management very specifically for the integration with Salesforce. The fact that it is a SaaS solution was also important to their selection because it was faster and easier to deploy rather than upgrading a private cloud solution. They achieved rapid time to value, and they were able to streamline and automate processes and streamline their contracting processes through improved collaboration as well. Better collaboration on contracts and improved automation of document processes. They were able to use Salesforce metadata tagging as well to tag customer documents and contracts. And really the result of all of this was that a team of 300 sales users is able to effectively manage 7,000 different customer contracts while delivering better service and boosting overall efficiency. So if we've piqued your interest today, and I certainly hope that we have, and you're interested in learning more, I wanted to share with you how you can do that. So you can walk through a test drive experience through the Salesforce App Exchange that will illustrate for you how Core Content Management integrates with Salesforce. So at the paperclip icon at the bottom of your screen, you have access to a direct link to OpenText Core Content Management on the Salesforce App Exchange. And if you select Try It for free, you can explore the Salesforce integration and follow the guidance in the blue boxes. And last but certainly not least, if you're interested in learning more about OpenText Core Content Management, the Salesforce integration, or more about OpenText content services solutions in general, would certainly encourage you to join us at OpenText World 2024, coming up November 18th to the 21st in Las Vegas. We have a link as well at the paperclip icon for how to find out more information as well as how to register. And now over to Melissa.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cassandra and Peter. That was excellent. We hope everyone enjoyed it who joined today. And we'll send out the recording shortly. And if you'd like to then book a demo, post-event, or consultation, or talk further, we'll have a link for you to book time in the email we send out with the recording. And with that, we hope you have a wonderful afternoon.